Shadows Without a Name. Chapter 7. The Project. The silence after the interruption did not fade. It spread, not across the street, not across the buildings, inside the system. Andrey felt it before he understood it, before everything had alignment, every movement followed structure, every action had direction, every response fit into something predictable. Now, there were fractures, small at first, barely visible, but real. He stood at the edge of the alley and watched the man who had just walked away. The man did not hesitate, did not look back, did not slow down. He moved like someone who had never been inside the system at all. That alone confirmed it. The sequence could be broken, and if it could be broken, it could be rebuilt or destroyed. Andrey stepped into the street. The rain had become mist, thin enough to disappear in the air, but present enough to alter perception. Edges softened, distances blurred, reflections lost clarity. Perfect, because uncertainty was not a side effect. It was a tool. His phone vibrated. You accelerated deviation. Andrey looked at the message, then replied, "Then the system depends on continuity." A pause, longer than usual, then, yes. That confirmation mattered, because now he had something real, a rule. Systems built on continuity, break under interruption. Andrey began walking, not toward a destination, not towards safety, forward without pattern. That was new. The city moved around him, cars passed, people spoke, doors opened and closed, everything normal, everything functioning. But now he saw what had always been there. Gaps. A man crossing the street stopped mid-step, then continued. A woman stared at her phone for too long, then blinked as if waking up. Two strangers passed each other and slowed down, almost recognizing something, then didn't. These are not individual failures, Andrey said. They're system delays. His phone vibrated. Correct. That word mattered, because it meant the system was still responding, still adapting, but slower. Andrey noticed it again, a fraction, barely measurable, but real. "You're recalculating," he said quietly. No response, which meant he was right. He stopped walking, looked around, not at people, at structure, cameras, traffic signals, glass surfaces, reflections, data points. "This isn't just psychological," he said. "It's environmental." That changed everything, because it meant the system didn't exist inside people. People existed inside the system. His phone vibrated again. "You're approaching restricted reasoning." Andrey smiled slightly. "Then your system is incomplete." Pause, then it was complete. Was. That word stayed, which meant something had already broken before him, before this moment. Andrey's eyes narrowed. "Then something went wrong," he said. Silence, no denial. That meant it was true. He closed his eyes briefly. Not to remember, to align. Fragments surfaced. A white room, glass walls, observers, his voice. "We are not erasing memory." Pause. "We are isolating access." Another pause. "If access is controlled." The memory cut. Andrey opened his eyes. "That's the origin," he said. Not the disappearances, not the messages. The idea. If identity depends on memory, then controlling memory means controlling identity. And if identity can be controlled, behavior becomes predictable. And if behavior is predictable, it can be designed. His phone vibrated again. Yes. Confirmation. Andrey exhaled slowly. "This isn't about removing people," he said. "It's about rewriting them." Pause, then no. Andrey frowned, then corrected. A longer pause, then iteration. That word hit differently. Not rewrite, iteration. Each subject wasn't replaced, They were refined, each cycle closer to something. Andrey looked at the city again, people moving, patterns repeating. Closer to perfect prediction, he said quietly. The phone vibrated. Yes, that was the objective. Not memory, not identity. Prediction. Absolute. A system where every human action could be known before it happened. Andrey felt the weight of it. That's not a project, he said. That's control over reality. Silence. No denial. Which meant it was true. Andrey did not move for several seconds after the last message. Control over reality. The phrase stayed. Not dramatic, not exaggerated, accurate. That was the problem. He lifted his head slowly and looked across the street. People continued moving. Cars passed. Voices blended into background noise. Nothing had changed, which meant everything had. If the system depended on continuity, then every interruption mattered. Not just his, anyone's. Andrey stepped forward again, but this time he wasn't observing, he was searching. Not for victims, for anomalies. Because anomalies break systems. His phone vibrated. You are deviating further. Andrey didn't look at it, not immediately. Because now he understood something critical. The system responded faster when he reacted, slower when he didn't, which meant it depended on his engagement. He lowered his hand, ignored the phone, and kept walking. The street narrowed ahead. Less traffic, fewer people, more shadows, and then he saw it. A woman standing near a bus stop. Still. Too still. Andrey slowed, focused. She wasn't checking her phone, wasn't looking around, wasn't shifting her weight. Static. Then her phone vibrated. Andrey stopped. The moment repeated. She looked down, read, and something changed. Her posture tightened. Her breathing slowed. Her gaze sharpened. Recognition. Andrey moved closer, carefully. Response window, he whispered. She lifted her head, not at him, through him. It's happening again, she said quietly. Different words, same structure. Andrey's pulse slowed. That meant variation existed. The system wasn't fixed. It adapted. He stepped closer. Listen to me, he said. She didn't react, because the sequence had already started. Her hand moved slightly, not randomly, controlled. Her eyes shifted, scanning, searching for something specific. Andrey recognized it instantly. Search phase. After activation, subjects tried to resolve inconsistency. They looked for confirmation, external, and if they found it, they aligned. If not, they destabilized. Andrey stepped directly into her line of sight. Forced alignment. She blinked. Focused. You, she said. Statement. Andrey nodded. Yes. Her breathing changed. Faster, now, conflict. That's not right, she said. Andrey held his position. Correct, he replied. That wasn't part of the system. He knew it because the system reinforced recognition. He disrupted it. Her expression tightened. You're supposed to... She stopped. The sentence incomplete. Andrey stepped closer. No, he said quietly. I'm not. Silence. That moment, that break, mattered because it created uncertainty, and uncertainty destroys prediction. His phone vibrated violently. He didn't look. He didn't need to. The system was reacting, and that meant he was doing something right. The woman stepped back, one step, then another, breaking alignment, breaking sequence. Her eyes lost focus. Her breathing normalized. What just happened? She asked. Her voice, normal, human. Andrey exhaled slowly. Second interruption confirmed. The system could be broken, not just once, repeatedly. He stepped back. Go home, he said. She hesitated, then nodded, and left. No pattern, no control, free. Andrey stood still because now everything had changed. This wasn't about surviving the system, it was about dismantling it. His phone vibrated again. This time, he looked. Message: "You're interfering with active sequences." Andrey stared at it. "Yes," he said quietly. Another message. "That will accelerate collapse." Andrey's eyes narrowed. "Good." Pause. Then, "That leads to loss of data." That was important, not safety, not people. Data. Andrey understood instantly. The system didn't value subjects, it valued outcomes, results, prediction accuracy. "That means I'm attacking the core," he said. Silence. No denial, which meant he was right. He looked up. Cameras again, watching, recording, feeding information somewhere. And that somewhere was the core, the origin point. Andrey exhaled slowly. "Then show me where it is," he said. No response. Of course, systems don't reveal their core, they protect it. Which meant he had to find it. And for that, he needed a pattern, not of victims, of control. He looked back down the street. 2 interruptions, 2 breaks. Same mechanism, same effect. And that meant there was a trigger point, a location where activation was strongest, where the system was closest to the source. Andrey's mind aligned the fragments, the room, the device, the messages, the response windows, the city. And then he saw it, not visually, structurally, a pattern of activation zones, distributed but centered, and somewhere, the origin, the place where the system began. Andrey lifted his head. "This isn't random," he said. "This is mapped." His phone vibrated, and this time, no message, only vibration, confirmation. Andrey smiled slightly. "Good," he said, because now he wasn't reacting anymore. He was hunting. Andrey did not move immediately. Mapped. The word stayed in his mind. Not theory anymore. Structure. Everything he had seen, the interruptions, the response windows, the activation behavior, was not random. It formed a pattern, and patterns always pointed somewhere. He looked down the street again. 2 disrupted sequences. 2 different people. 2 different locations. Same mechanism, same result. That meant the signal was not coming from them. It was coming from somewhere else. Andrey lifted his head slowly, looked at the buildings. Glass, concrete, metal, each one reflecting the city, each one hiding something behind it. "Not individuals," he said quietly, "not devices." A pause. The environment. His phone vibrated. This time, he didn't look. He didn't need confirmation anymore. He already knew. He started walking again, not randomly, now with direction. The pattern in his mind began to form. Not visually, mathematically, points of activation, points of interruption, time delays, response differences, all of it connected. He moved faster, not running, focused. The city shifted around him. Less noise, fewer people, more space. The density changed, and that mattered, because control systems require density. More people, more data, more feedback, which meant the center would not be empty, it would be concentrated. Andrey stopped at an intersection, looked up, 3 cameras, all angled differently, all covering the same zone. Redundancy. That was not for safety. That was for precision. His eyes moved, tracked the direction. 1 camera pointed toward a large building across the street, old, concrete, minimal windows, government architecture, but not active. No visible signage, no foot traffic, no lights, inactive on the surface. Andrey's breathing slowed. "That's it," he said quietly. The phone vibrated immediately. "You're early," Andrey smiled faintly. "I'm right." Silence, which meant he was. He crossed the street, slowly, not hiding, not rushing, because systems like this react to abnormal behavior. He approached the building. Up close, it felt different, not abandoned, contained. The air near it felt heavier, not physically, structurally, as if the system was stronger here, more precise, more aware. His phone vibrated again. Do not enter. Andrey stopped. Not because of the warning, because of the tone. It wasn't a threat. It was instruction, and that meant this place mattered. He stepped forward. Then this is the core, he said. No response, which confirmed it. The door was unlocked. Of course it was. Systems don't lock doors, they control who opens them. Andrey pushed it. The inside was dark. No lights, no sound, but not empty. Never empty. He stepped inside. The door closed behind him, soft, controlled. The darkness adjusted slowly. Shapes formed. A corridor, long, straight, too straight. At the end, a faint light. Andrey moved forward. Each step echoed. Not loudly, but precisely, measured. He stopped halfway because something felt wrong, not outside, inside. He looked at his hands, steady, but unfamiliar. Not visually, structurally. This is it, he said quietly. His phone vibrated. This is where it began. Andrey's eyes narrowed. Not began, he corrected. Continued. Silence. That correction mattered. Because this place was not origin, it was maintenance, control. He continued forward. The light at the end of the corridor grew stronger, revealing a room, glass walls, white interior, familiar, too familiar. Andrey stepped inside and stopped, because he was not alone. Someone was there, standing on the other side of the glass, watching him, still, calm, controlled. Andrey's breath slowed, because he recognized the posture, the stillness, the precision. It was the same from the photographs, from the video, from the double. The figure stepped forward into the light. Andrey didn't move, because now there was no uncertainty left. It was him. Not similar, not close, exact. Same face, same structure, same expression, but different. Not confused, not searching. Complete. You're late, the other Andrey said. Silence filled the room. Not tension, recognition. Andrey finally spoke. No, he said, quietly. I'm early. A faint smile appeared on the other's face. Yes, he said. This time. End of chapter 7.